Hello, hello. Welcome to this episode of Sunday Messages, as always. Okay, I think we're all settled in here. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. Holy moly, it's already November. And I want to remind you, if you have not seen the November cosmic weather, it's out now. It's on my podcast. It's on YouTube. It's available. So if you want a forecast for the month, go check that out. That's now available. Okay, let's start with a collective prayer, as always. Taking a deep breath. I'm in full agreement for you to achieve a state of energetic stability. So when it comes to the consistency and the stability and the ever-present flowing of energy to be available in your life, I'm in full agreement for you to feel so confident within your own energetic composition that the universe has no choice but to deliver the exact things that you want. I'm in full agreement for you to pull your eyes away from current circumstances and situations that may be out of your control and instead focus on your own energetics. I'm in full agreement for confidence and clarity and resolution and consensus all around. I'm in full agreement for you to feel clear, competent, and at ease in all of your endeavors and anything that you have going on at this time. I'm in full agreement for you to remember who you are and for the ease that is meant to be natural and available to you. I'm in full agreement for life to feel easier than what you expect. I'm in full agreement for anything that you're needing at this time to come with more ease and effortlessness than you may have previously been allowing yourself to experience. I'm in full agreement for you to feel a deep sense of peace and satisfaction in everything that you have going on right now. And I'm in full agreement for you to move into the next steps of your life with grace. Grace all around. Full agreement for you to take a deep pleasure in the desires that you have right now. Full agreement for you to feel satisfaction and excitement in your own energetic work and coming into energetic harmony with your desires. Full agreement for your own internal connection to remain dominant and for life to continue getting better and better and better. Okay. That is a good way to kick this off. Now, once again, no prayers, no celebrations. Oh, you know what? Actually, even though there are no email celebrations that came through, I want to remind all of you that I am going to be reminding you, at least on Instagram, if you want to submit your celebrations for the previous month, you're more than welcome to. But I want to actually celebrate all of my mastermind clients. My mastermind clients have been popping off lately. And so I just want to take a moment and celebrate everyone in there because it's so good. I'm going to read like all of the things that I have written down. Okay. So I have one client right now who has been in this whirlwind of celebrity meetings. She's constantly sending photos to the mastermind group, like selfies with celebrities. Oh, she was just telling me, she was like, oh yeah, Tom Hardy stopped by. It was the craziest thing. And then she was like, sitting right next to Joe Rogan at this event. She was sending me all these photos. It has just been crazy. She's been in this wild celebrity event vortex. And it's like this magical path that continually unfolds for her. And I tell people all the time, it's like my MO when it comes to all the containers, all the masterminds that I hold is magic, magic, magic. It's not really, it's energetics, but I like the experience of that magical feeling. It makes it way more fun. So we're just doing all of this for fun. Then she and I have been working on like really getting her into the vibe of this relationship that she wants to unfold. And so now she has a trip to Rome fully booked with the exact man that she's been wanting. And I'm like, it works. It works. What I teach, what I encourage absolutely works. It has been so much fun watching all of this blossoming romance happen. And then family relationships. So another client was going on a family vacation. I had a couple clients going on family vacations, and she was just telling me about how the family relationships have been really rocky. She was a little bit reserved and hesitant about whether or not she really, what she was going to do, how she was going to handle it. So we worked through a few pieces. And then when everything came to be, she was like, oh my God, like my mom is acting different. People are way more receptive. Just like the family relationships were seriously improving. Then I had another client who went on a family vacation who was talking about, oh my God, I'm like moving through all of these triggers with so much ease. It's like everything is really, really fast. Even when I am activated, it doesn't, knock me out for a week. It's something that I move through really, really quickly. And that emotional digestion piece is so freaking important. The other thing is another client was telling me that when she's experiencing like some thought forms that are not ideal around money, she catches them and redirects them immediately. Once again, it's like the speed in which she's catching her own thoughts, moving through it quickly, redirecting it, getting back on track is everything. Because that's going to put you in a trajectory where you're going to land. So if you're doing that continually, that's how you know where you're going to end up in the end. So that was really cool. A job role extension. So then it was, I love this job, but it's temporary. That was the thought, is this job is temporary. This isn't normally what I do, but I've really fallen in love with it. And it came with a pay increase. And she just got the job extended. So how cool is that? It's like, yes, more please. More please, more please, more please. That was really cool. Big creative projects like websites, photo shoots, all of these creative projects in masterminds have been popping off. More trust around unique rhythms with work and life. So this is more about accessing that feminine flow in how you're doing things and how you're accomplishing things. And so that has been way better, and also way more pleasure, way more fun, celebrating that. Okay. Apex celebrations. Let's go through Apex celebrations. I just want all the celebrations right now. Stable connection and communication with a love interest. This is a big deal. This is a very, very big deal. Rapid emotional digestion, fewer triggers, even around family. That was what I was talking about earlier with the other family vacation. I cannot emphasize how important that digestion piece is. Super hot dates. Love this. I'm a part of this as well. Hot dates. That is like the vibe right now. Bigger quarterly income than ever. New investment opportunities. I had multiple people telling me about investment opportunities that are coming up that they're really excited about. Effortless solutions dropping in. Deep love, satisfaction, and fulfillment with life, just in general. Mental focus and ease in directing thoughts and beliefs. Unexpected gifts. I got unexpected gifts. I was sent champagne and flowers, even though I'm fasting. It's in the cooler right now until I am complete with Apex. But I was sent unexpected gifts. A client was sent an unexpected gift. That was really cool. Scripts coming to life so fast they need to be rewritten. I personally am on my 3rd edition of my script because they just keep popping like crazy. Energy levels bouncing back faster than ever when implementing the protocol. Okay, this was crazy. So I had one of the clients in Apex was telling me that normally after like a really exhausting day, it would just kind of continue that way. It would just be a really tired evening. But what she decided to do instead was do the Apex protocol stuff that I have you do midday. And she was like, oh my God, it was like nothing ever happened. Like my energy just completely bounced back. It was the coolest thing hearing about how like just reconnecting with everything gave a huge surge of energy. That was so cool. And then personal celebrations, I'll celebrate this too. I feel these are just mine, what I'm celebrating from this past month. In my full power around dictating what's oncoming in my world. So I feel like I have a really good handle on staying ahead of the curve. So not just tolerating, oh, whatever comes into my field, but really having a handle on the frequencies that are coming up. And I feel like I have a really good grip. It's really solid. It's really satisfying. My meditations have gotten even deeper. I, for whatever reason, continually access the deepest meditations. And I think, no, it can't get any deeper than this. And then it does. I'm like, no, it can't get any deeper than this. And then it does. And that's how my meditation practice has felt. I'm having so much fun launching Slut Magic. That is a big celebration for me. It has been a blast. Everyone getting inside. It has just been so much fun to talk and share, and all of the things around Slut Magic has been super fun. I had the best night with my guy, with my man. It was so much fun. Many things that I will be sharing details of in Slut Magic came to be that night, which was very exciting. Navigated emotional triggers swiftly and efficiently. Yes. So this is another thing around relationships that comes up for me is sometimes I feel like I get lost in a trigger and then I become avoidant. And this has been something where I've just been riding it instead. I'm riding the emotional trigger, smoothing everything out, and then continuing to stay in my heart as I'm communicating. It is deep relational work. It is deep work around staying in the heart, and it has been game-changing. The other thing I'm celebrating is I've gotten a bunch of stuff done, but it never feels like work. It doesn't feel like I'm forcing myself to do anything or pushing myself to like be productive and get this to-do list done. It's just this organic, like moving through things. And it's no joke that when you're really connected, when you're in alignment, all of those pieces are effortless. All of the pieces of productivity or to-do list, they just feel easy. So don't underestimate that. I achieved greater mental and energetic stability around my own desires. Yes. So this is the other thing. Remember when we're talking about manifestations, that the more mental and emotional energy you are giving to something, the more it congeals. And the thing is, it's much easier to do this with the things that you want than with the things that you don't want, because the things that you don't want are actually slower than the things that you desire. Desires are actually much, much faster in terms of frequency. Think about like waves, right? Emotional waves. So when we're talking about, okay, stabilizing energy, stabilizing frequency, I've been thinking about this a lot. The more you do that, the more it congeals, the more it solidifies, the more it really comes into form. So that's the path in order to bring things to life quickly, is you just want to make sure that you have enough concentrated energy for it to come to life. So that's been something that I've been feeling, and it's interesting because feeling the emission of your thoughts and your emotions must come first. That needs to be consistent and stable first before you have evidence. And this is why people get frustrated, is like it feels backwards relative to what we've been taught, right? The Muggle world will say that you shouldn't be doing that. You should wait for the condition in order to feel a certain way. But when you are actively creating, you know that it's inverted. So just getting more and more stable in your focus, in your feelings, in your thought forms, in how you're moving through the mental and emotional bodies is really bringing things to life. And so I feel like I just have this laser sharp focus, and things are starting to come together really, really quickly as a result. So celebrating that. Okay, shifting gears a little bit, because that's a lot of celebrations that I have going on in my world right now. It's popping off. And the first month of Apex, 1 month in, is always where that happens. And so a couple things. I have decided to add VIP seats to the Nightery. So if you're wanting more of a full mastermind experience, the Nightery is ongoing. And so the details will be on the sales page for that, just so you know. So that's going to come with calls, Voxer, like the whole shebang around masterminds. So the Nightery is my core mastermind, just so we're all clear. So there's a few VIP seats if you want a full mastermind experience, and then there's Voxer only that's available. Slut Magic, I've been talking about it a lot. I have multiple podcast episodes talking about it, so go listen to that if you're interested. And the next round of Apex is taking place in May. Applications are open, and it's just apply if you want to snag your seat. Applications will remain open. It's ongoing until all seats are filled. And that's it. Okay, so let me tune in. There's a message that's been percolating that I want to give here. So just give me a moment to really tune into it and see what else needs to be spoken here. The piece that I've been contemplating lately has been recognizing how your life is composed of pretty much the same things. When you're looking at, okay, there's things that you want, or there's desires that you have, the foundation of your life in many ways is the same when you're looking at what is composing it. And I was just thinking about how it's like I take showers, or I have a cup of coffee every day, or I sleep in a bed every night. Like, these are things that I'm doing every single day, and they are the consistent factors that are ever present in my life. And the only thing that really changes is the atmosphere. So when we're talking about a manifestation, we're talking about an atmospheric change that you're experiencing. And I thought this was a really interesting thing to contemplate, because it makes creation feel so much easier to me, where I'm like, oh, that's really all I'm going for. It's like the difference, or if we're looking at, like, let's use travel as an example, or money. The only difference between that cup of coffee might be the view that I have, or the type of beans that I'm brewing. Like, all of these little subtle details are actually what makes the full experience of a manifestation. And when you start thinking about it as, I'm actually creating an atmosphere, that's the manifestation. If you want a new car, what you're asking for is a new atmosphere. When I'm driving, I want the atmosphere to be different, right? So that's where your creation is really coming into play. If you want a new home, you want a new atmosphere. If you want to get into a new job, you want new atmosphere. All of it comes back to an energetic atmosphere that you're creating. And so I've just been playing with this idea a lot. I've been playing with it around money, Like, well, why do we want money? Well, probably for the same reason. The atmospheric difference that money helps you to create. Right? When you're thinking about why do I want money? Well, a lot of the time it has to do with the level of ease, the level of relaxation that you're experiencing. That is an energetic frequency that you're emitting, and therefore it's an atmosphere that is created. And when you start, instead of focusing on the things and the stuff, take it in the direction, play with this idea of I am intentionally creating an atmosphere. So one of the things that can really help you expedite this entire process with manifestation is exclusively thinking about the atmosphere. So think about the essence, think about the vibe, think about, contemplate the emotion, contemplate just like if you were reading a book and there's an energy of the book, or if you're watching a movie and there's a vibe that's created in the movie, or really start tapping into essences, frequencies, energies, like the mood. Okay. And when you can start tapping into that on demand, or when you can go there in your mind, this is part of the reason why I meditate so much. It's because there are different pockets in my meditation practice where I like to go because of the mood that is created, because of the vibe. Or it's a place where I like to bask that is unconditional because it's not related to anything that's going on right now. There's nothing that has to be different in my life or in my experience in order for me to tap into the feeling. So if you can do this more, you will find that once again, the universe has no choice. It's like, oh, okay, that's what you're presenting. That's what you're showing. Yes, yes, yes. And this can be true for any single desire that you have. All of them can be this way. So if you start playing with this, make it like you are the writer, you are the director, you are the creator, you are setting the stage, you are setting the tone, you are adding the different lighting and the different textures, and just to really allow yourself to go into this energetic sculpting. And watch yourself have fun with it first. Because the anticipation and creation of it, the more refinement you give to this energetic world, or the atmospheric tone that you are creating, the more you are going to find that things match it. So this is where these messages really intersect. You have the atmospheric element of it that I just talked about. Then you have consistency in your energy. Consistent atmospheric emission will lead to a wonderful life. That is what I have come to find. And this is where playing and creating and experiencing gets to be really, really, really fun. Okay, this is such a good episode today. Do you tap into the atmosphere in meditation by simply daydreaming? Not always. Not always. It can be stimulated from all sorts of things. So sometimes, like I said, if I'm reading a book or watching a movie and there's a vibe, oh my God, I like stop everything. And I'm like, I need to pause here and just let myself embrace this energy or tap into this energy. So letting myself go there first, or go there whenever I pick up on it. Sometimes it's like, yes, daydreaming is a really easy thing for me to do, but I know that's not true for everyone. So I want to be clear. Visualization, if that's not dominant for you, that's totally okay. It can be stories. It can be a nice view outside. It can be something outside of you. And then sometimes it's internal. Like I have worlds in here. You know what I mean? So if that does come easily to you, then you can totally do that. Oh, there's a lot of comments. Okay. Let me know if that answered your question. Daydreaming, or it can be triggered externally, or books, or TV, or there's a lot of places of inspiration. How can you slowly expand your focus when you find it to be short? Practice. It's a muscle. So expanding the amount of time that you can appreciate something, this is also, I would say it falls into the category of being a pleasure practice, in that we want to go deep with it. So enjoying something, going deep, 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 that's where the muscle is really felt. So think about it as being deeper inside of your body, or deeper inside of, like, hold it. Yes, 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 yes. And it's okay if you can only get like 10 or 15 seconds, good. And then just let the focus and let the sensation or whatever it is that you want to focus on, let it grow. Your intention to practice and get stronger at it is more than enough. I'm glad you gave that insight, because meditation can get time consuming for me. If I find that I'm kind of wrestling myself, I stop. So, oh man, I don't want to fully open up this can of worms. Otherwise, I'll talk about it for an hour. But here's what I'll say. Meditation, from a practical standpoint of I'm quieting the mind, I'm not focusing on anything, I'm accessing a state of non-thought. That, more than enough. That's good. But you don't need very much of that. The reason why I can sit in like hours of meditation, no joke, is because it's not me sitting in a state of non-thought. That's only the first 15 or 20 minutes that I'm really getting into that pocket of non-thought. Then it's all of the other fun stuff that comes up. So like this morning wasn't a particularly good morning for me to get into like all of the fun places that I like to go mentally and in my dreamy imagination. It wasn't a good morning for that, because I do have a lot of things that are going on, and it was better for me to approach it as I'm just quieting the mind. I'm not doing anything major right now. This isn't something where I'm trying to force a daydream or like need something to come. I don't need any of that stuff. I'm just going to keep it basic. So if you are getting frustrated, keep it simple, go quiet mind route. And then for the days where you're really wanting that yummy meditative state, you can. That's available too. So I've been doing a meditation in the morning and a meditation in the evening, and I'm arranging anywhere from like 1 to 4 hours a day. So not everyone necessarily should be doing that. I'm not prescribing that for anyone, but it's when you get into the pocket that I'm talking about, like in this pleasurable space where it's like, oh my God, I just want to be here. I want to feel the surge of this powerful energy within me. Then you want it all the time. So for me, this is the funnest thing for me to do. But it's not for everyone. That's not the right thing to be doing every day. And sometimes I take breaks from that. So you can bring the atmospheric vibe you want into meditation and contemplate it, bask in it, and listen for what comes up. Yes. Yes, you can. So you can set the stage, but you really have to be in a stable place of non-thought in order for that to click into place. But yeah, I have all sorts of like fun little places that I go to in my mind that it's like they don't need to be real. I'm not trying to force them into reality. It's just they feel good to go there. and I like the essence of them. I like the vibe of them. So I just let myself bask in it. Yeah. Any other questions? I'll pause. If someone's writing a question, I'll pause. Okay. Let's pull some cards for the week. Seven of Wands. To me, this is going to be about where are you giving your effort. So the Seven of Wands can kind of be like spinning your wheels in the mud. Like you're trying and trying and trying and trying and getting nowhere. And I want to be clear that effort and doing are best spent. See, it's like effort isn't quite the right word, but doing a mental and emotional work is going to serve you much better than trying to override everything with action. Because moving your emotional state, shifting your emotional state is what will have a ripple effect on everything else. So it's like if you're going to apply action to something, let it be to shifting your emotional state. That's going to be the best thing to practice. And this is the other thing that people get really confused about is like what is the difficult part of manifestation? Why is it hard? Well, it's hard because it's mental and emotional and it's unconditional. And that goes against what most people are taught. That's the hard part. It's not that it's intense labor. It's just that it's an internal game. When people say that it's an internal game, it's no joke. It really, really, really is. And that's where the work lives. Okay. What else? Strength, empowerment. What else is coming through here? Capabilities. So I think that you're way more capable of things than you may have been giving yourself credit for recently, or maybe you've been underestimating yourself, or you might be in a paradigm that says, I need to do more or act more. But once again, if that emotional foundation piece is not rock solid, then you're just building on kind of a crappy foundation. So you want to make sure that everything is dialed in with all of this. So you are capable of more than you realize. So there's almost this practice of you want to evaluate yourself as being capable of more. And then understand that it is not something that you can just slap a whole bunch of action on what you're doing and call it good. It's the internal work is where the work is really done. And then what's the last message? Five of Swords. This is an interesting card to have coming up because it's the battle is over energy. It's there's completion, there's enough, there's it's almost like a boundary. So I actually am seeing that there are things that you're not willing to do anymore, where it's like, no, I'm not willing to entertain that. I'm not willing to go there. I'm not willing to just tolerate the status quo of emotions that really don't feel good. I'm not willing to continue engaging in these dynamics. There's this no more energy coming through. I'm very excited for this because understand that when something, here's another piece that's been very alive for me lately. When I feel that something is complete, I notice that my bandwidth for a lot of other things opens up. So when you, whether this be something going on with you, something in a relationship, or anything in between, when you say no more, I'm done. I'm done with my own BS. I'm done with these types of dynamics. I'm done with this habit. I'm done with this type of environment. All of a sudden, you will notice this energy open up tremendously. And so this is really what the energy is looking like this week. Is there something you're able to identify as no more? And you feel the expansion of energy, and that's really what's pulling you forward. So you're capable of way more. Do the internal emotional work and know that some things are probably complete. So it's safe for you to just honor that. Honor, I feel complete here. Where is my energy actually pulling me forward into? All right, friends. That was an excellent call. I appreciate you all so much. Do not forget, if there's anything you're interested in, the Nightery, Apex, Slut Magic, all of the good stuff, it will be in the description box in the show notes if you're listening on YouTube or the podcast. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful week. I adore you. Thank you for showing up, and I will see you all next time. Bye.